Well, low pupil enrollment means teachers at Umlazi's Comtech High School are now being shifted elsewhere in KZN. Some teachers refuse this, though, and even though the police had to be called in to deal with a standoff at the school yesterday, Lethiwe Mduli is on the story and has got the latest. Lethiwe, what actually happened yesterday? How was it resolved?
Well, Annika, since this week, we've learned that parents who have their learners enrolled at the school closed down the gates and blocked anyone from entering the school. And the reason behind that is that the parents are saying some of the surplus teachers who were informed by the Department of Education that they are being redeployed to other schools have been causing some disruptions in the school since about last week. And of course, the parents were saying that they were doing this as a result of that information coming out from their children who have informed them that they have not been able to continue on with classes. And when they arrived here on Monday, they blocked the gates, which resulted in everyone not being able to enter the school from Monday. But what happened yesterday is that there was a bit of a protest by the parents who wanted the education department to do something about these surplus teachers who were causing disruptions. And that's what you saw yesterday, where learners could not access the schools. The teachers that have been employed here were also not able to access the school. Police had to be called in, Annika, and of course they had to stabilize the situation. But of course the Department of Education today is here visiting the school just to make sure that teaching and learning takes place. What we have seen here since we arrived in the morning is that learners have been able to go back to class and teachers were able today to enter the school. But I'm just going to ask my colleague to show you there is a bit of police presence. We've seen about 5 police vehicles stationed outside the school, making sure that there are no disruptions today. We also saw a couple of parents who were here and they had a conversation with us, Annika, and they were saying that they are here just to make sure that there are no disruptions by the surplus teachers, because what we've heard is that 12 of those teachers have been released by the Department of Education. In other words, they have been fired. I spoke to the Department of Education spokesperson Mduli earlier on, who was at the school this morning, and he did say that as a result of the teachers not wanting to move to their new deployment, they had to fire those 12 teachers because there were processes in place that they have been engaging with the teachers, but of course they said that they did not want to move, and as a result they had to fire about 12 of their educators.
Lethiwe, before I let you go, do you have any idea of why there's been such low enrollment figures at this particular school?
Well, the Department of Education has not shared why there has been a low enrollment in one of these schools. But what we do know is that here at Umlazi Comtech High School, there were about 15,000 learners who were enrolled at the school previously. But this year, there's about 1,000 learners. And as a result of that, some teachers have had to lose their posts and have had to be redeployed to other schools who need educators. And the Department of Education spokesperson was sharing that this process has been ongoing since 2020, where if there is a school that has an overflow of teachers, they redeploy those teachers to other posts in order for them to fill those posts. But they have had some troubles with some educators saying that they do not want to move. And that is exactly what happened here in Umlazi Comtech. And this, of course, has resulted in the disruption of teaching and learning. Mahlambi was also saying that as a result of that, they're actually going to institute some criminal charges against those surplus teachers that cause disruptions, because that is illegal. And their salaries for March will not be paid. And the Department of Education is looking at charging them and having them go to court for what they did.